Hey, this is The New Spy. My name is Patrick Cassidy. I cover everything esoteric from government secrets to religious secrets. I have to make this short because my YouTube videos are still short, but let's go ahead and get going on Twitter censorship, Cyberspooks, and PR corporations censoring the internet. So, if anybody hasn't visited The Intercept, it's a first look media organization created by Glenn Greenwald. You ought to check that out. They have hacking in terms of government corporations selling spy tools to terrorist countries, state sponsors of terror. Their most recent piece was on, if you simply click on a YouTube video, for $1 million, a country such as Bahrain or the United Arab Emirates, or other countries where literal chattel slavery still exists, could buy this for $1 million and use it against their citizens. And they've been using it against their citizens. Prior to 9/11, this may have been viewed as conspiracy theory. I'd even say prior to Edward Snowden, this would be viewed as conspiracy theory. But it's no longer conspiracy theory. Your government is trying to censor you, including the United States government and Western Enlightenment-friendly constitutional governments. Another release by The Intercept was of a program called Angry Pirate. Well, if you wonder why your YouTube, Facebook, or possibly even Windows account is deleted, it's because this Angry Pirate tool that governments are using against their citizens has the ability to delete your account. This is not, you say, is this illegal? In most countries, yes. And in most Western countries, the revelations being released by The Intercept are highly illegal, and you cannot use them. But yeah, you might want to check out The Intercept's release. This particular one was by the GCHQ. It's called "Hacking Online Polls and Other Ways British Spies Seek to Control the Internet." They also create fake polls. So when you think, "Oh, look, everybody's in favor of the internet," no, they created that. It's a fake poll in order to sway public opinion. Let's move on to another spy. It's Project PM. This is created by Barrett Brown. He released the information of two security companies. One's called Provide Security LLC. The other one's called Endgame Systems, or Endgame Incorporated. Endgame Incorporated basically was selling zero-day exploits, which makes it really, really easy to hack into a person's account without them knowing and without security companies being able to catch up on it. So governments are buying illegal exploits from private corporations, and they're also selling them to other private corporations. So if you have a political opponent, they may target you using these exploits being sold by Endgame Systems. Provide Security LLC is creating fake Twitter accounts, specifically sock puppets. They also specialize in creating fake identities for CIA agents, or fake identities for covert and clandestine operations online. When CIA agents travel around the world, oftentimes they need fake identities. This is a company that may be able to help them out with that, but they're also privately contracted to corporations where some of the people who made Twitter gulagged you, and I'll get to that in a second. I know the Tea Party listeners are waiting for me to cover that. A lot of these people you meet on Twitter are not real people. They're fake, they're created by the government, or they're created by private corporations, and they have the ability to delete you from Twitter, or get you suspended from Twitter, and then they'll sit there and say, "Oh, look, you didn't follow Twitter's rules." No, well, I know how to exploit Twitter's rules also. And I'm going to cover that in 1 second. But Robin Sage is a fake internet operation where basically an American cyber threat analyst went online and she tried to Thomas Ryan self-anointed himself to be an undercover snitch for the FBI during Occupy Wall Street by using a fake identity to make friends with others in the movement and then forwarding email lists that he required. So he created this fake chick, this fake sock puppet, and started doing these sort of fake online clandestine covert operations. Well, Thomas Ryan is not the Jester. Me and the Jester, my accounts started getting deleted for making comments, simple questions. I would make a simple question like, hey, do you work for the United States government? Why is your computer in a spy museum in the United States government? Boom, account's deleted. And you don't even get a warning. Your account will be deleted immediately if you even mention this on Twitter. Well, Twitter gulagging, if you create a whole bunch of fake sock puppets, and this is what I'm going to do with my raccoon army, and what I think other Tea Party members should do if they're being censored by their government, because this is an online war. Our government is at war with the American people, and these private corporations and political parties here within America are at war with each other online, where it's almost like the Wild West. There's anything you can get away with. If you don't like a political activist and you want to get rid of them, boom. All you got to do is create 100 sock puppets, let them infiltrate a particular movement, and then have a whole bunch of complaints about a particular tweet. And it doesn't even have to be a controversial tweet. That's what Twitter gulagging is. That's what's been happening to many people within the Tea Party, and I witnessed it happen where there was 10, 20 people I was talking to that had their accounts deleted, and they didn't even say anything even halfway remotely violating Twitter's rules. Treadstone71 has a very close relationship with the Jester. It's founded by a person named Jeff Barton. If you go to his website, I have no problem with him targeting terrorists, but he's not simply targeting terrorists. He's going on little kids' websites, video game websites, and he's saying, hey, little kiddies, are you into violence? Do you like blood? Are you from Iran? How many of you children are from Iran? Do you like violent video games? And he even says this. And Treadstone71 has a school for cyberspooks. So cyberspooks are being trained not simply to combat terrorists, which I have no problem with him doing. I would have no problem with the Jester if that's all the Jester was doing, but he's attacking American citizens. And Treadstone71 is engaged in cyberspook activity against American citizens. He's also engaged in cyberspook activity against children, and I have photos to actually prove this online. These companies are the reason why Twitter is being portrayed as an unconstitutional social media network within America. Outside of America, Twitter supports Egypt, Twitter supports China, Twitter supports censorship globally. And even if the founder of Twitter says he's marching in Missouri, that's not the case. My personal opinion about Ferguson, Missouri, is that it's not simply about Michael Brown. Police officers have been killing civilians at an astronomical rate, and there's a lot of problems with public apathy, and there's problems with the indifference of good men and good women. So people aren't just mad. Although I do support justice for Michael Brown, people aren't just mad because of that. They're mad because we're living in a police state, and the police are literally at war with Americans. You're not a conspiracy theorist. If you go prior to 9/11 or prior to Edward Snowden, it would be very easy to call you a conspiracy theorist, but you're not a conspiracy theorist. Look up Endgame System, look up Robin Sage, look up Provide Security, look up Project PM, check out the Intercepts articles. They're at war with you, and the only way for you to fight back is to create your own sock puppet army and to accept the fact that Twitter is not a legitimate social media account. It's not something where you can be yourself on there. Because most of the people that are on there, they're not real. They're not real people. They're hired by corporations. Wikipedia has been at war with public relation organizations who go on there and censor it on a daily basis. So I support those in Ferguson, Missouri, who are in the process of possibly kicking off the next American Revolution. We'll see if American citizens go back into their consumeristic ways and forget about it when the police cover it up, or whatever happens, just like what happened after Rodney King. This has been going on for years. Let's make a change.